What's going on, guys? Rich here from Vegans Fitness, and today we are going to be making some gluten-free, sugar-free, vegan brownies. It's not something I've done many times in my life, I won't lie, but we're going to give it a go. And these are some really good brownies. I tried some the other day. This will be my first time making them. This is a really simple recipe. It's only got really 4 or 5 main ingredients. So sit tight and hope you enjoy the video. So the first ingredient, something you might not expect to find in some brownies, is these little bad boys. So we've got black beans. So you're gonna wanna put these through a colander, rinse the shit out of them apparently, and then sort of tap it off until they're almost, well, most of the loose water is off them. So I'm gonna go do that now. Okay, so I've got the black beans all nice and rinsed off. I'm hoping that was enough rinsing, and I've tapped them off. Just going to leave them here on the side to sort of dry on this paper towel. So I've sort of let those, just a bit more of the excess water come out onto the paper towel. I'm just going to whack them into the food processor. Okay, so next we're going to want to put in 2 tablespoons or 10 grams of cocoa powder. So I'm going to whack that in now. Okay, so next up you're going to need 40 grams of quick oats. Now I completely forgot before the video to shove these in the NutriBullet, so I'm just going to go do that now quickly. Okay, so now we've got 40 grams of quick oats. I'm just going to add in. So next, the recipe calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So I've got some Himalayan rock salt here. I'm just going to sort of guess at a 1/4 teaspoon. I don't mind if it's a little bit more salty than planned, because I like the taste of salty stuff with sweet stuff. And then next up, so this is where we have a little bit of a catch, because the recipe, I said at the start, is sugar-free. I probably should have been a bit more clear and said that it's actually refined sugar-free, because next it says to add maple syrup, honey, which of course isn't really technically vegan, or agave syrup. Now obviously I have gone for maple syrup, not just because it tastes best, but also maple syrup, even though it's similar to table sugar in the fact that it is almost 100% sucrose, it's also got a much better nutritional profile than table sugar. So even though you're still getting some of the fructose that you don't want to get, agave is much higher in fructose, and obviously honey, like I said, not vegan. So we have gone with the maple syrup. So the recipe says to put 75 grams of this stuff in there. Now I'm not going to quite add 75 grams. I'm probably going to add about 55, and then I'm going to do 20 grams of total sweet instead, so I can try and bring the sugar down a little bit more. Let's do it. Okay, and now we're going to add the 25 grams of total sweet, which is xylitol, which is a natural sugar substitute, which is quite low on calories. It is a carb source, but it is not sugar, so it has a low GI as well. Okay, so next up, we're just gonna want 40 grams of coconut oil. Okay, and then we're just gonna want 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Then we're just gonna want half a teaspoon of baking powder. I've got a gluten-free one here. Okay, so that's everything in there. So we've got a nice little jumble up of stuff there. I'm just gonna shove that on the food processor, and then away we go, if I can get this to go on. Okay, so now we are going to blend it all up. Okay, so I just had to call for assistance. There was a problem with my electrical equipment. Okay, so I've just let that run for about 5 minutes because it says to really let it go as smooth as possible. So how it's looking right now is this. So the processor is getting quite hot, so I'm going to stop there. Next up, it says to stir in some chocolate chips. So I have some pre-cut chocolate chips there, and well, not chocolate chips, these were cut up from this Choco Logic, which is basically just the dark chocolate, but it's sweetened quite well. It is sugar-free, it's got erythritol and stevia, and it is also vegan, of course. And it's not focusing. So we are just going to stir these in. Okay, so moment of truth. We're going to put them into the baking tray. So I'm just trying to get this nice and even here, so that the brownies cook evenly. I'm guessing that's what is best to do. Okay, so that is going to be how we're looking before we go into the oven. Okay guys, so I almost forgot one last step that it says is optional, but we're obviously going to do it, is to add more chocolate chips and sprinkle those over the top. So we've got some more of that same dark chocolate, I'm just going to sprinkle that over the top. Okay, so the last step is to shove this into preheated oven. I've got it heated up to about 175 Celsius, and I'm going to put it in the oven for 18 to 20 minutes. Okay, so those have been in for about 18 minutes now. Okay, so that is looking pretty tasty. So I'm gonna call it a day there. I'm gonna take those out. So I'm just gonna let those cool. So I've now left those for 10 to 15 minutes just to cool down a little bit. Okay, they are looking like they have come out real nice. Okay, so they are looking exactly like they should. Okay, so let's see what they taste like. Okay, they're good. I cannot believe, like, can you see that? The texture, the sweetness, the chocolatiness, everything there, and that's for something that is made basically out of beans and maple syrup and cocoa. So these are going to be way more full of fibre than your average brownie, way lower in bad sugars, refined sugar. It's got a little bit of, obviously it's got maple syrup in there, higher in protein, and it tastes amazing. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Stay tuned for more. Let me know what you want to see from my account. I know there's quite a few of you that follow me, and quite a few of you voted for me to make these. So I thought, give you what you want, and plus I get to eat more of these brownies. Okay, guys, hope everyone's staying active and everything, and take care. I'll see you soon. Completely forgot to give credit to the person who made these. I'll put her Instagram handle at the bottom of the screen now. She's called Chocolate Covered Katie. Yeah, just amazing. Thank you very much. We love you.